everybody, it's Romania Black. Happy April Fool's Day. As a content creator myself, and as somebody who indulges and views content creations from various individuals, I feel like as a content creator, there are certain ways that you know that you've kind of reached a level beyond just making videos and putting them on YouTube. And for content creators, that can vary a lot. It can be, becoming a voice actor and living out a dream, or it can become a way that you launch a food line that has nothing to do with your channel, or it can be something as simple as creating merchandise and selling them, or being recognized at a convention, or there's lots of numerous ways. But on that ladder that the content creators go through, I feel like towards the bottom of that ladder, I have climbed a new rung that I did not think would ever happen, and honestly terrifies me beyond all reason. And that is discovering that someone has wrote fan fiction concerning your channel. So yeah, it was pointed out to me on Discord back in January of this year that there was a fanfic concerning my channel, and I freaked out momentarily because I was like, the last thing I want is people writing fan fictions concerning me. But this goes beyond that, y'all. This, thank God, is not fan fiction concerning me, but it's fan fiction concerning a dear friend of mine that I've known for several years, and that's Whiteboard-kun. Yeah, apparently, I'll go ahead and show you all. Apparently, in January of 2025, January 20th exactly, this account created by Official Cloud Bakery, which, by the way, this is their only fan fiction. This is their only fan fiction. This is all they got on their channel, is just part of a series that they've started called Romania Black in Front of Closed Eyes. I don't know what that means. I feel like that's a meta reference to something that I don't want to know. But the title is The Marks We Leave Behind. I didn't click on it. I did click on it once to see if it was legit, and it is. I haven't read it yet, but I was like, oh my God. And I told my brother, and he's like, well, you should probably do a reaction of you reading it in front of your channel. And I was like, okay, I will. Because I was going to read it. I clicked on it. I was going to read it. And I thought, no, I'm going to wait and read it to you all for April Fools, because this is insanity. But I went over with my brother the markers and the tags, because I frequent Archive of Our Own quite extensively. And so immediately, Whiteboard-kun and Marker-san. I don't recall Marker-san getting called out. Marker-san usually isn't called out because they're very interchangeable. They change quite frequently, so I didn't really keep in the lore Marker-san as a character, but apparently they are. I also felt compelled to read this because I felt the need to correct any misgivings concerning the Romania Black channel lore, because Whiteboard-kun and I have been a duo for quite some time now, and I feel like we need to make sure that things are historically accurate for preservation reasons. So Whiteboard-kun and Marker-san, I mean, there's also Whiteboard-kun and Wine-chan. Now, Wine-chan has not frequented the channel in a while because Romania Black has cut down on drinking, but Wine-chan has been previous. I do want to set the record straight, though. I support all ships, and, death of the author is a thing, so I understand Official Cloud Bakery, but I'm very curious why you didn't create a fic including Conspiracy Board Sama, who is, as we've established on the channel, Whiteboard-kun's longstanding partner, although they are in an open relationship, so I guess you could include Marker-san and Wine-chan if you would. They do have a child together named Sketch-chan, Sketchbook-chan, as we've seen from the link click reactions. The lore is deep, y'all. But yeah, so there's markers here, Whiteboard-kun and Marker-san, Whiteboard-kun and Wine-chan, a Romania Black. I hope I'm just a side character. I hope I'm just here for a hot second. Whiteboard-kun, Marker-san, Wine-chan, crack ships, telling stories that must be told. Why? And then Whiteboard-kun has trauma. Okay, to be fair, these legs, these feet do come off of Whiteboard-kun extensively, and I have to constantly put them back on, which involves me literally tearing Whiteboard-kun apart to fix them because it's hard to just set this giant whiteboard down. So yeah, he probably does have some trauma from that. And then MLM, the moment I said MLM, my brother just went, and did not feel the need to read it with me. So let's read this description. Whiteboard-kun and marker sand have been hooking up. No strings attached. Well, open relationship with conspiracy board Sama, so it makes sense. When marker sand suddenly says the 3 big words, I'm assuming those are get out, ho. Whiteboard-kun is unsure how he feels. It's 1,500 words. I wish my students would write 1,500 word papers as dedicated as this is to a whiteboard and their relationship with a dry erase marker. Luckily, it's just one chapter and it's a standalone piece. Thank God. It got 3 kudos. I just imagine someone on AO3 stumbled across this and were like, yeah. No. Oh, there is a comment. There is a comment. What? I want to see what this comment is. So y'all, we're going to be reacting to this. I am legit terrified, to be honest, because I don't know. There are no archive warnings, thank God, but the MLM bit, I'm like, how spicy are we getting? How spicy are we going to get in this? So, batten down the hatches, y'all. Happy April Fools. We're going to read the marks. Oh no, this work has adult content. If you continue, you have agreed to or willing to see such content. Am I willing? I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You've been involved in smut. Yes. I like that they're like, yes or no, go back. Like, did you make a mistake? How? There's no, I mean, the marker, Huckleberry is trying to get me to play with him right now. And I'm like, dude, I'm about to cross into unknown waters. Okay. What is the summary? Okay. The summary's there. Okay. Notes. Hey there. This is just a crazy crack ship, so don't take anything too seriously. It's not meant to be good, so don't raise your expectations. I'll be continuing this story for a bit. I hope you enjoy. I feel this simultaneous feeling of being both very flattered that someone has created fan fiction surrounding lore that I've just, created over the past several years, but I also have a feeling of existential dread. I feel like there's been we've crossed the Rubicon. We can't go back. If I read this fic, there is no going back. And Huckleberry's like, no, bitch, there's not. Okay. Y'all, this is terrifying. This is scarier than any horror movie I've ever read. I don't know. I want to be serious with it though, because the author has taken the time to create a 1,500 word essay surrounding Whiteboard-kun and to respect Whiteboard-kun and to give him the proper due justice. I'm going to be serious with this, y'all. We're going to be serious. We're going to go through this. We're going to say this out loud and just make this the best reading we can. So there we go, right? I'm going to try not to laugh. Okay, we got this. We're perfectly fine. Let's... I just saw the first few words of the first sentence. I can't. Okay, no, we got this. We're great. We're golden. Whiteboard-kun rolled. I can't. All right, wheels of courage, Romania. Wheels of courage. Nope, let's do this. Come on. All right. Whiteboard-kun rolled across the wooden floor, the faint squeak of his wheels filling the stillness of the room. It was late, with no sound but the hum of distant cars outside Romania's window. Perched in his tray, Markersan leaned back nonchalantly, his cap tilted slightly, as if he carried a smirk. I can't make it through the first sentence! The first sentence alone! Oh my God! The start of a Dickens novel, the start of Oliver Twist doesn't compare to such tapestries. I guess we'll prop Markersan up here. He's got a gaze there. This other Markersan, not important. We're gonna have him sitting there. I just, to correct the lore, because we're gonna fact check this, I don't have wooden floors. They are carpet. I would like wooden floors, so this could be a nice premonition of things to come in the years to come, but I have carpet right now. Back to your corner, eh? Again. Okay, all right. To be fair, Yes, Whiteboard-kun does go in the corner of this room where you all don't see him off screen. He's so big, he takes up a large space in this room he has to stay in, so he does go in the corner, so that is accurate. I know, Huck. It's gonna be a lot. Back to your corner again, huh? Marker-san teased, his voice a rich hum, playful yet laced with familiarity of long-standing affection. Whiteboard-kun chuckled, his glossy surface gleaming under the faint moonlight streaming in. Someone, oh my God. Someone has to keep you grounded. Can't have you rolling off and staining something important. Oh my God, this is being so serious. I can't. This is being treated so serious. Oh, Huckleberry Ruby, you don't understand. Oh, someone has to keep you grounded. Oh my God, they're characterizing you well. I will give that. Marker-san tipped forward dramatically, his cap brushing against Whiteboard-kun's smooth edge. Oh, please. You'd miss me if I wasn't here to leave my mark on you. Whiteboard-kun snorted, a rare sound of genuine amusement. You've got quite the ego for someone who lives in my tray. And you've got quite the deflection skills for someone who's obviously obsessed with me, Marker-san shot back, his tone dripping with faux arrogance. Obsessed? Whiteboard-kun rolled a little closer, his surface catching Marker-san's faint reflection. You wish. You don't have to wish. Marker-san leaned closer, the edge of his cap pressing just slightly against Whiteboard-kun. His voice lowered, teasing but intimate. Gotta brace myself for this, y'all. For someone who's obviously obsessed with me, Marker-san shot back his foe, dripping with faux arrogance. I don't have to wish. You know you're my favorite canvas. What am I witnessing? Whiteboard-kun's wheels squeaked softly as he shifted canvas. I'm the one who makes you look good. Well then, Marker-san said with a chuckle, his tip grazing Whiteboard-kun's surface in a slow, deliberate motion. Oh my God, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, why is it spicy within the first paragraph? We're not 200 words in. Oh, there was a beat of silence between them, the tension lingering like the faint scent of ink in the air. I always did love talking to you, Marker-san said at last, his voice quieter, softer than usual. You know that, right? I know, Whiteboard-kun replied. Marker-san hesitated, his cap clicking open nervously. I love you, Whiteboard-kun. Whiteboard-kun froze, his wheels locking. He and Marker-san had always been close, teasing, flirting, sharing quiet moments when Romania wasn't in the room. But love, that felt different. He didn't know what to say, and his silence stretched uncomfortably. Forget it, Marker-san said quickly, retreating into the tray. Pretend I didn't say anything. Marker-san, it's fine. Marker-san interrupted, his tone light but forced. Really, let's just leave it. Whiteboard-kun could feel the shift between them. The air felt heavier, and for the first time, he regretted his inability to erase something. Shut up! Y'all are making Whiteboard-kun way more stoic than I imagined. Whiteboard-kun's always been a fun-loving, good time. But man, the stoic, the silent intensity. Oh, okay. Well, that was fine, you know. Wait. Late that night, the room was bathed in silver moonlight. Romania had long since gone to bed, and the house was quiet except for the faint rustle of leaves outside. Whiteboard-kun rolled toward the window, his surface reflecting the soft glow of the moon. Marker-san stirred in the tray, his voice breaking the silence. Romantic tonight, aren't we? Just thinking, Whiteboard-kun replied, his voice unusually subdued. Marker-san clicked his cap open, the faint scent of ink filling the air. You thinking? Must be serious. Whiteboard-kun didn't answer right away. Instead, he shifted closer to the window, his glossy surface brushing against Marker-san. Why didn't you say anything earlier? Marker-san asked suddenly, his voice barely above a whisper. Whiteboard-kun hesitated. Because you stopped me, he blurted defensively. And I didn't know how. You don't know how to love? Marker-san teased lightly, but there was an edge of vulnerability in his tone. I don't know how to say it, Whiteboard-kun corrected. He rolled back slightly, looking at Marker-san. I don't want to mess this up. Marker-san was quiet for a moment and then leaned forward, his cap pressing gently against Whiteboard-kun's surface. You couldn't mess this up if you tried. Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, well, to answer your question, though, usually Marker-san does not sit in the tray of Whiteboard-kun, although that has happened occasionally. Usually they're in the drawer of this desk or they're up here by the computer. So just to fact check the lore. Oh, here's the thing. This is fine. This is really cute. It's like the inanimate objects. I'm thinking Brave Little Toaster. I think of Brave Little Toaster and I'm like, oh, this is fun. But I feel like we're about to go into a world with Brave Little Toaster that I didn't want to go into. And I don't know how to feel about that. Y'all know where this is headed, right? The room felt impossibly still as the two of them sat together. Their usual banter replaced by something deeper, more profound. The faint hum of Romania's laptop was the only sound, a dull backdrop to the silence that hung between them. That is true. My laptop does make a noise that hums, so that is accurate. Whiteboard-kun shifted slightly, his wheels making the faintest squeak, but he didn't roll away. He couldn't. Not now. Whiteboard-kun was just spouting things to protect Marker-san's feelings. He felt a twinge of guilt inside him, a sharp and unwelcome reminder of what this really was. Or at least, what it was supposed to be. In the beginning, this had been simple, a light-hearted game, a distraction. They had agreed, no strings attached, no actual feelings, just fleeting moments to pass the time while Romania scribbled ideas on his surface. It wasn't supposed to be this complicated. But somewhere along the way it had changed. Marker-san, with his bold strokes and playful quips, had started carving out space in Whiteboard-kun's life in a way that felt unsettling. And now, with Marker-san's confession hanging in the air, Whiteboard-kun felt cornered, like the walls of the room were closing in. He didn't want this. He couldn't want this. Not again. Oh, no! What? Not after Wine-chan. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Marker-san couldn't have feelings for him. He shouldn't. This wasn't part of their deal, and yet, despite everything, Marker-san had found the courage to say what Whiteboard-kun couldn't even allow himself to think. But no. Whiteboard-kun pushed the thought away hard. He couldn't do this, not again. He had to protect himself and Marker-san from the mess that would follow. He would forget this ever happened. It was the only way. Right? It wasn't long before Whiteboard-kun noticed a change. Oh, shut up! No, shut the frick up! Marker-san's lines were thinner, fainter, sometimes barely legible. During one of Romania's longer recording sessions, he struggled to write even a single word. Oh my god, I was just about to say, I was like, it would actually be kind of funny if the marker started losing ink and that was part of the plot line. Beat me to it! Oh, are you okay? Whiteboard-kun asked quietly when Romania stepped away. Marker-san hesitated and then clicked his cap shut. I'm fine. Look, we can talk about... You're not. Whiteboard-kun interrupted him. Marker-san sighed, his voice tinged with frustration. It's nothing. Just wearing out, I guess. It doesn't matter. Or Whiteboard-kun rolled in place, his surface brushing against Marker-san's casing. How bad is it? It doesn't matter, Marker-san said firmly. We both knew this wouldn't last forever. Hearing this, Whiteboard-kun felt a little hurt. It matters to me, he managed timidly. Marker-san was silent for a long time, and then finally said, I don't want you to see me like this. You'll forget about me and move on anyway. I won't, Marker-kun replied softly. And you're not going anywhere. This is honestly insane. The night before. Oh, you would. You would. The night before Marker-san's final session. Whiteboard-kun rolled to the center of the room, where the blanket covering the window cast long shadows across the floor. Oh! Marker-san stirred in the tray, his voice quiet. Can't sleep? I don't want tomorrow to come, Whiteboard-kun admitted. Marker-san clicked his cap open, then shut, the sound oddly nervous. You're making this harder than it has to be. Good, Whiteboard-kun replied. I don't want it to be easy. I don't want to lose you. Marker-san leaned forward, his tip brushing against Whiteboard-kun's surface. You won't. Not really, but hey, can we please talk about... I'm sorry, Whiteboard-kun said, his voice steady despite the ache in his chest. Marker-san was quiet for a long moment before replying. For what? They sat together in the silence, neither of them moving, neither of them speaking. For once, words weren't necessary. Whiteboard-kun couldn't return Marker-san's feelings, and he was unwilling to speak more on the matter. I just read ahead! Oh, shit! The next day, Romania picked up Marker-san and frowned. Looks like this one's done! This uncaring bitch! Worthless! Oh my god! She replaced him with a new marker and then tossed him into the trash without a second thought! I love that I'm the villain. I love it. I've come to wreck their relationship. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whiteboard-kun's wheels squeaked as he shifted, his surface catching the faintest glimpse of Marker-san disappearing into the bin. Well, the trash can's in another room, so that wouldn't pan out, but yeah. The recording session went on, but Whiteboard-kun barely noticed. His surface felt cold, empty, without Marker-san's familial presence. That night, when the room was dark and quiet, Whiteboard-kun rolled towards the trash can. It was empty. The garbage had already been taken out. In that moment, the weight of his denial settled on him like a shroud. It wasn't that he couldn't love Marker-san. It was that he wouldn't. He'd been holding himself back, shackled by guilt and fear, refusing to let himself move forward. The memories of Wine-chan flooded back. She had been everything, a radiant presence that had made him feel alive. But her story had ended in tragedy, and he'd never forgiven himself for the role he'd played in her downfall. He'd clung to that guilt, letting it fester, letting it convince him that he didn't deserve to feel anything again. But Marker-san had changed him. He had brought light back into the cold, empty spaces Whiteboard-kun had once accepted as his reality. He had reminded him that there was more to life than guilt and regret. Yet now Marker-san was gone, and Whiteboard-kun had let him go without truly giving him the love he deserved. The faint marks Marker-san had left on his surface still lingered, faint but indelible. They were a reminder of the connection they'd shared, and of the life Marker-san had breathed into him. I miss you, Whiteboard-kun whispered into the silence. The room felt impossibly still. But in that stillness, Whiteboard-kun found an odd sense of peace. Marker-san might be gone, but his presence, his memory, was etched into every streak, every faint line that refused to fade. I love you, Whiteboard-kun said softly, his voice trembling. And though there was no reply, he liked to believe that somewhere, somehow, Marker-san was still with him. He knew for a fact he would not let the memory fade. Note! Wine-chan and Coffee-sama will be featured in the next chapter. Thank you for reading this crack fanfic, and please leave your comments for me to read. Oh my god, I have to see the comment. Who commented on this? Who commented? Who left this comment? What was this comment? Oh! Go shoot! I watch this creator's videos, and honestly, I don't know whether I'm more happy or scared about this. I like this new crack ship. Damn! Okay! I feel like Citizen Kane, where he's just like, I feel like Citizen Kane, where George Orwell is just like, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Whiteboard-kun, what did you think about that? You were characterized very stoically. You were characterized most stoically. Okay. Official Cloud Bakery, you are insane in the best way. Bonkers in the best way. I loved this. This was amazing. This was high class farce. This was amazing. I was really concerned because I was like, when I saw MLM, I'm like, well, this is either going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be totally fine or it's going to get into like some weird territory. And it did not. I liked it a lot. I can't believe Whiteboard-kun has fan fiction around him. Look how far you've come. He came from a simple whiteboard bought in 2021 during Attack on Titan Season 2 to help me break down Season 2 of Attack on Titan. And he's been with me ever since. And now I can't get rid of him or there will be traumatizing fan fiction written about it. So I didn't think of, now I feel, this is the problem. Brave Little Toaster will make you want to hold on and hoard every single appliance you ever have because you'll never want to get rid of it because you'll feel like its soul is being lost. Now every time I throw a marker out, I'm going to be like, damn, did I just kill one of Whiteboard-kun's lovers? I also love that in this, I'm just like, well, gone. I'm the bad guy in this. Oh my God. That was insane. That was so much fun to read. I know that this channel is not really the place to do it, but I really like reading ridiculous fan fiction sometimes. And I love watching people that do like the reads, like the crazy reads of fan fiction where it's like insane. Obviously, I'm happy for Whiteboard-kun's sake that none of this was not safe for work. This was all beautifully poetic. You did justice to the character of Whiteboard-kun, the lore. The lore had some corrections, but you know what? You didn't know those things. So now you do. And so Wine-chan is a haughty bitch sometimes. She's a bit sassy. Coffee-sama though Coffee-sama's pretty consistent and steady, so there you go. The consistent, steady, reliable Coffee-sama, the sassy, cantankerous, hell maybe Wine-chan. You could do a lot of things with it. Will say though, Whiteboard-kun is in a current open relationship with Conspiracy Board Sama, who is the Ushijima to our Orikawa. And Huckleberry could not care less. Also, for all of you people out there that are getting weird ideas, please no fanfiction about Huckleberry and Ruby. Leave them out of this. They don't get to be in fanfiction. They're too pure. So yeah, I don't care if y'all write fanfiction about Whiteboard-kun and Sketch-chan and Coffee-sama. Just make me a side character that's like the villain and just unaware. I'm like Andy in Toy Story. Just keep me in that role and we'll be fine. Oh, Official Cloud Bakery, you made this an amazing new April Fool's Day. So thank you. My mind is blown. I hope you all enjoyed this madness. Whiteboard-kun, you were portrayed well. This is acceptable. I was afraid they were going to mischaracterize Whiteboard-kun and insult him. No, his slander did not come today. So I hope you all enjoy the reactions that are coming out today and have a great April Fool's Day and don't let nobody play pranks on you. But in the meantime, thank you, Official Cloud Bakery. Thank you all so much for the support. And I'm Romania Black. This is Whiteboard-kun. And this is Coffee-sama. And we'll be back very soon with some more reactions for y'all. Bye.